Fueling up your car may seem like a mundane task, but did you know that petrol stations are hotspots for crime, from ATM bombings to armed robberies? Petrol stations face a range of risks that can leave customers and staff vulnerable. In this video, we're going to dive into the top crime risks faced by petrol stations and how these risks can be mitigated. Petrol stations, like any other business, are exposed to several crime risks. Some of the top recorded crimes at petrol stations are ATM crimes, aka bombings, robbery or armed robbery, vehicle theft, hijacking of staff or customers, shoplifting, and employee theft, assault of petrol attendants and customers, petrol card fraud, vandalism to security measures, damage to property, and cash heists. As we'll be able to see in this table, it is clear that petrol stations are incredibly vulnerable to criminal risks. According to the SAP's annual report of 2008-2009, which obviously is quite outdated now, most of the robberies took place during the time the businesses were closed or opening. 22.5% of these cases took place between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. and 16.2% between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Unfortunately, the numbers have continued to consistently rise nationwide to this present day. With the petrol prices increasing and petrol being an incredibly expensive resource, some customers have sadly resorted to crime by driving off without paying. Police, unfortunately, are not effectively combating crime at petrol stations due to a myriad of reasons. For petrol stations, their challenge is a lack of expertise in handling organized crime. In some instances, police do make an arrest, but most of these cases are not successfully prosecuted in court, because by the time the police have effectively done an arrest, they often have not followed basic policing or conventional methods from the very beginning. Coupled with this is the fact that SAP's detectives carry a very high volume of cases. Losses will always be with us, and thus measures need to be put in place to control them. Here are some of the ways in which crime at petrol stations can be mitigated. Petrol attendants should not blindly trust all customers unconditionally, especially when these are reasonable grounds for suspicion. Unfortunately, organized crimes need an inside person in some instances to execute the crime, and thus it's important to develop a defined career path for petrol station employees. By doing so, a petrol station employee will see working at a petrol station as a long-term career, not just as temporary or casual work. The setting of minimum working conditions for petrol station employees, looking after them, is incredibly important. Setting up minimum safety standards at the petrol station is incredibly important. For example, prohibition of careless cash handling, CCTV, signage and installing all required safety equipment, drop safes and their effective use. Installation of plate recognition cameras at entrance and exit points have become key. This helps alert management and security when a hot-listed vehicle visits the service station. Criminal activity at petrol stations are definitely on the rise, and unfortunately the police are unable to effectively deal with all these rising numbers. On the upside, there are various measures that petrol stations can put in place in order to mitigate the crime risks. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that you found it beneficial. We'd love to hear your thoughts about the subject of crime at petrol stations, so please do leave your thoughts in the comments and let us open this discussion. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to our channel, as it really helps us. Hit the notification bell if you'd like to stay up to date with all our future uploads.